welcome in my hometown, which is, as you can see, Paris. I'm Sam. I was born and raised here in Paris, and I started a career of police officer. And I have been police officer here in Paris for over 15 years. And then, for family reason, I moved in US. Since I was cop over here, I obviously decided to be a police officer in US because it's, I think, my purpose in life, right? So I'm police officer now since 3 years in US. It's the same job, but it's done, frankly, totally differently, right? I'm not gonna say this is what shocked me the most, because there is a lot of things like I wouldn't use the word shock, but it's definitely different. Why? Because the law is different, the culture is different, a lot of things are different. So obviously you don't deal with a situation, you don't respond to the calls in the same way that I used to do it here. And one of my skill is adaptation. For example, I learned English in like 1 year without going to the school, and you can hear me. My English is like not the perfect one, but I do my best. So yeah, things are different. For example, like the gun culture, like here in France, and I would say in Europe in general, to get a gun, you can wait a lot, and most of the people they don't, and they will never have. The only people who have guns is the people who hunt, So it's a long process. It's like a long background check first before to get just a permit to hunt, right? And it's better like that. This point, other point like traffic stop. So in US you have reasonable articulable suspicion before. You need that before to stop any car. In France, you can stop any car, you can stop any citizen for no reason, just to check the IDs, for example, check the paperwork, for example, Other thing that different, for example, like in the US, citizens, they're very aware about their rights, and they can apply their rights on scene. For example, if you stop a car, the driver can ask you like, for what reason did you stop me and everything. In France, it's not like that. Whenever you get stopped by a police officer, you complain, right? Compliance. In US, there is some ways like to avoid to like respond and some question and stuff like that. Obviously, other things, for example, like the police academy itself, it's way longer here, because like it's you have to learn the laws. Like when I say learn, it's learn the laws. In US it's different. You learn how to deal with things, but after you arrest someone, for example, you can always check online which law correspond to this and that crime, right? Other big difference, amendment. People don't have amendment. We don't have amendment here. We have constitution, but like it doesn't apply to citizens. Of course, in France, in Europe, it's like democracy countries, but it's not the same way like in US. Like First Amendment, for example, like First Amendment, freedom of speech. You basically can insult any officer, like law enforcement officer. Here is different. You cannot. It's you can be arrested. You can have a big fine just to insult. And when I say insult the police officer here, it's not just using a bad word. It can be just like if the police officer get offended, he can actually arrest you and give you a fine. Other thing, in France and in Europe in general, is at least 2 police officers in a car. When I say at least, most of the time, mostly here in Paris, it's like a team is like 4 guys, for example. 3, 4 guys in a car, right? When in US you deal and you face situation by yourself. When you respond to a call, when dispatcher send you to a call, you by yourself. That's mean you have to be fast. You have to like be aware about the environment. You know, think first before to act. In the same time, be always aware. Again, because of the gun, for example, when I stop cars for a traffic stop, right? I always have in my mind that this person can have a gun, or when I respond to calls, most of the people they have gun in their houses, right? So it's a risk, and I don't know with who I'm gonna deal with, right? Example, I stop a car, I have to do OUI, DUI, right? In France, like we have like a block road, and we make people blow in a kind of balloon, and we can know exactly how many alcohol they have in the blood. While in US, first before to stop the car, you need like reasonable articulable suspicion. Then you go to talk to the person, the driver. Then you have reasonable suspicion. For example, if there is like any bottle of alcohol inside the car, open one. I'm talking about open containers. And you smell, for example, the driver smell like a intoxicant. Then you can ask him or her to get out of the car, and then you have to do your field sobriety test. And he or her has to fail this sobriety test, because it doesn't mean he drunk. It's not illegal to drunk when you drive. It's illegal to be over 0.8 milligram alcohol in the breath. Okay, this is a huge difference. When in France, like basically it's way more, like way less. If I remember, it's like 0.3 or something like that. Yeah, other difference. I would say the way that like the relation between citizen and officer, because like in France it's national police, so it's gonna be the same law in the entire country, while in US it's there is like municipal. Like I am a municipal, I work for a city, so we are closer to citizen, right? We know citizen, and we know the businesses owners, you know what I mean? Here is different. There is like kind of I won't say a wall, but like kind of respect barrier they won't cross. Okay, so that's it for today. If you like my content, subscribe, and I will talk about a lot of different things between policing in France, Europe, and policing in the US. Thank you for your time.